If somebody was to come to you and say, why do you believe what you believe? Why do you think that your Christianity is any different than this other Christian organization, or an organization that says that they are a Christian organization? Would you be able to answer that question? Would you be able to tell them the differences between what you believe and what they believe in the level of detail that they would understand the difference? Well, that happened to me one time. So let me tell you another Air Force story. I'd been a Christian now for about 7 years, and I'd been selected to be what's called the deputy group commander at a base in Texas. That's kind of like being a city manager. I was fairly vocal about my Christian faith at that time in my life. Some people embraced it and were excited by it. Others were hostile towards it. Others just flat ignored my Christianity and my witness, and one of those people was my boss at the time. We would go running quite often. He was quite an athlete, and we would run 4 or 5 miles every single day. Well, in 1994, there was an aircraft accident. One of our airplanes was involved in a fatal crash, and all of the crew members were killed. Whenever you have something like that, there's a memorial service at the chapel. And so one of those crew members was a member of a group that we might call a cult today. But because he was an Air Force member, he was entitled to a memorial service. The stage was shared by an Air Force chaplain who happened to be a Christian and a bishop from that faith group. Everyone was required to be there. We were all in our dress uniforms. And as we were listening to this service unfold, and the bishop of this group was talking about various kinds of spiritual things that had absolutely nothing to do about Jesus, I could see that my boss was getting a little bit antsy. He wanted to get out of there. So the service ended. We go outside, and the first thing's out of his mouth, "We got to go run, Mike. We got to go run." Well, it's August in West Texas. It's hot. It's noon. And so we go to our houses. We change clothes into our running clothes, and he just launches, and he starts running, going as fast as he can, and I'm doing all I can do to catch up. And as he is running, he's talking. And he says, "Is that what you believe? Do you?" And he starts recounting some of the things that this bishop has said. "Is that the kind of Christianity that you believe?" So I said a real quick prayer. I said, "God, you've got to give me the wisdom to know what to say to this man. But not only that, you've got to give me the breath to do it." For 45 minutes in West Texas August heat, we are running 7-minute miles. And instead of him poo-pooing what I said, he's looking straight ahead as he's running. He's getting faster, and he's listening. This from a man who would not listen to anything ever that I said. He heard me share the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ. Is he a Christian today? I have no clue, but my point is this: you just never know when God will give you an opportunity to share your faith. So always be ready. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, "Study to show yourself approved, a workman worthy and not ashamed, doing what? Rightly dividing the word of truth."